What is neurographics? Neurographics is our work, our way of conversing with our unconscious mind through drawing, through the medium of picture. We generate a request, for instance, I desire to enhance my overall well-being, or I desire to find an incredible life partner, or I desire to acquire a property. And we simply transfer this request to a sheet of paper with you. Our hand will never work separately from the brain because it is in these movements that our formed neural connections exist. When we discuss the reason for why it is called neurographics, it is because this work goes through neural connections in the brain. Neural connections form in 21 days like a habit proven by scientists, but can also deteriorate over time period. And in this particular case, by utilizing the picture, we have the ability to make changes to what we already have in order to achieve what we want to have, transitioning it into something else entirely. Einstein expressed that we will never obtain a different outcome by carrying out the same actions repeatedly. So let's acquire the skill of drawing neurographics. And by utilizing neurographics, we can make a change within ourselves and thereby transform our lives, modify our actions, and begin to think in a different way, bringing about a positive shift in our perspective and overall well-being. Basic rules. Sheet of paper. Irrespective of the format you choose, it can be a very small sketchbook, it can be half of an A4 sheet, like mine, or it can be a standard A4 sheet of paper. Since the plane of our sheet and the drawing in principle has no boundaries, that is why we try to extend the neural lines beyond the edges of the sheet. That is, we do not interrupt them in the middle. When we draw, we start drawing from one edge, so to speak, and output it to the other edge. We have the ability to draw like this, but the main thing to note is that the drawings go beyond the plane of the sheet, as the boundary of the sheet is just a convention and does not limit the artistic expression. At first, if you find it difficult to draw, I want to recommend that you work in reverse. This method also exists in neurographics. For example, if you want to draw a line to the left, draw it to the right. I desire to bring her down to that location, guide her to the upper floor. I desire to conclude it, continue leading. So, perform the exact opposite action. Subsequently, new neural connections will be formed in your brain, resulting in the emergence of fresh thoughts and actions within your mind. The next stage, the next understanding in neurographics is the principle of conjugation. This is precisely the rounding that all individuals consistently talk about, those who are familiar with the field of neurographics. This is the main rule in neurography, the principle of rounding everything. So why is this happening? Due to the fact that we are connecting two lines, it becomes extremely easy to explain the process. Observe, our existence unfolds in various projections. I believe you will not disagree with that statement of fact. For example, when we draw lines, lines are all our unconscious. We can draw there conditionally for money and our family will emerge. And in order to connect this, we need to round everything. Additionally, the brain really enjoys harmonizing all the information, so in order for the picture to appear harmonious, we need to round it. So look, this is how we perform the rounding process. You see, for example, here I have a very gentle and delicate rounding technique, and we don't see any cobwebs or signs of neglect whatsoever. Here, for instance, I will sketch a bit more forcefully now in order to make it clear. You can observe how such a wrinkle is formed. This is incorrect. In addition to being incorrect, for example, when rounding and you are aware of it like this. Well, naturally, I am exaggerating all of this on a sheet, but when there are also burrs, it is also incorrect. It is important to note that these errors can have a significant impact on the final outcome, so it is crucial to avoid them during the drawing process. Therefore, our goal is to round it in a way that is not clearly visible on the sheet, meaning that when you look at the overall picture, these bright spiders do not stand out prominently on your drawing and blend in seamlessly with the rest of the artwork. Then it will be accurate, harmonious, concise, and so forth. In principle, these are all the fundamentals of neurocrafting that I desire to convey to you today. And now you can commence the primary sketching process.